Hey guys, Steve Donohoe here from DCSR's marketing, and this video is in regards to the crypto crash and especially Lunar. What we got hit pretty hard, guys. I mean, we really got hit hard, and I don't know if it's going to pull back out or not, but I'm hoping it is going to be able to survive, because otherwise it's going to take almost a year's wages away from me. But then we live and learn in things that we do and things that take place. It's like, in our lives, sometimes we gamble for something and it doesn't eventuate to the way we want it to. And this is one of the cases. But one thing is, you can't really give up. You either move on or you wait for it to possibly scenario that it's going to go back up, that it went down to the lowest it possibly could, and they put enough financial assistance into it, they could make it survive and come back up. If they have a conscience on themselves and realize that so many people lost so much money, maybe they'll do something about it. I don't know. I can't say. But all I can say, it's not really to the point right now that what can we do about it, or do we move on? And now, if you're coming in here now, I'd like you to comment in regards to the cryptocurrency yourself, and if you actually suffered yourself because of it, and what can we do to rectify the situation. So we had the owner, or the CEO, said he lost everything on his Lunar, and he apologized to everybody else, and he literally made an apology on Twitter about it. That's not going to help us unless something is drastically changed, that something went wrong. Something went down to the point of sabotage. I honestly believe it was a sabotage, an inside job. It was to devalue the Lunar and the UST, to crash it for a reason. Maybe for something else to take off, to move that out of the way of that platform. I don't really know the insides of trading of what happened, but I do know that the peg itself of the UST, which is they're trading like USD C coin, that you can put your coin and transfer it into kind of like an exchange and hold it there into dollars. And that's what happened. A lot of people with the UST, they exchange their Lunar and put it into that exchange for cash, and it depegged down to nothing. And you could have done the other thing. A lot of people took it out of the actual UST and transferred it over to the Lunar coin, and that crashed. So both of them crashed at the same time. So they're worthless. There's people have lost a fortune with Lunar. So where do we go from here? I mean, how far does this cryptocurrency problem is faced? Is this going to happen to other platforms? Is this going to happen to the other currencies? It's kind of very, very alarming now to see that something like this can happen, literally destroy a currency, a coin currency, and devalue it to a point that it's worthless. And obviously someone came in and pulled a lot of money out of the UST or pulled a lot out of the Lunar for this to happen, which caused a decline, which in turn scared all the buyers of Lunar, and they pulled out as well, and it just plummeted. It's killed everybody, to the point that it's very, very hard for the owners and to get it back to where it was. Now, an update right now, if I'm looking at, I wish I could do on here when I do live, but unfortunately I can't do a screenshot. It's a pity they can't allow you to do screenshots when you're doing live. But I don't know if you can or not, because I don't go live a lot on actual YouTube. So I don't really know how it works. But anyway, just some updates. As I did my video last time in regards to, gave an idea of what happened. And I'm not a scholar, okay, by any means. I just got information from other people, and hopefully I got it right. I don't know if I got it right or not. But I'm not a scholar in the way the exchanges work and the way the platforms are built. But I do know that it's hurt a lot of people. Now, where I have mine stored up, they can't really pull it out because it's not worth anything. And right now, I'm looking at the value of it. It's going up. So I'm praying that it's going to continue to go up. If it does go up, then we might have a chance. If it's showing something, maybe they're putting too much back into it just to try to support it, to keep it up, and it's a false sense of security in believing this. But I'm going to believe it's going to go back up. And right now, it's still not even a penny. If I actually look at my information in regards to it, well, see if I can find it. So I usually look under the coin market cap and look at the prices on that. That seems to be the one that updates the fastest. So it is moving back up and down. Right now it says it has a 34% downtrend. Again, when it was going up almost 1,000%, it's falled back now 34% yet again. But it was going up like 1,000%. But it really hasn't scratched the surface yet, that's the problem. It just has not given anything back to anybody right now. You're looking at a devalue of massive proportions of investment from $1. You're looking at now literally hundreds of a cent. It's almost, it hasn't got there yet, but it's almost maybe a quarter of a cent. A quarter of a cent. No, it wouldn't even be that. It's the only thing I can say is that it is going back up. So hopefully we're going to get some sort of positive trading going on here back again. And what's happened now is that they've actually frozen that you can't buy it now, and you can't take out, put back into the UST or anything like that, which obviously you wouldn't want to do anyway because it's not worth anything. But you can still hold on to your coin and hopefully it's going to go up. Now, one thing I said before is that because of the crash, I grabbed more just as it was going down and thinking it was going to go back up and I was going to get a hit out of it. But unfortunately, it went bottom down and I actually am in the red now, even on what I have. But I have almost increased my actual portfolio of Lunar by 500% of what I had. So if it goes back up, then I'm stand to win a lot of money out of this. But it's a gamble. And right now, what worries me is they froze it, that you cannot buy it right now because it'll devalue further. And people have just sold up and it's not worth anything. So it's going to take a lot for it to get back. I don't know how they're going to actually bring it back. I'm kind of scratching my head how they're going to do this, because if you get the whales come in and buy a massive amount of it after it's been allowed, and the blockchain gives it a green light again, what's going to happen? They're going to buy massive amount of it, and there's going to be so much of it flooding around. They need to cap it. It's got to be capped now, here and there, and they have to rely on the UST to come back up to make it stable. A stable coin is meant to be a stable coin. It's meant to be able to change something into what it does, and it's not supposed to depreciate in value. That's what the stable coin system's about. But unfortunately, it didn't work that way. See, this is why the USDC coin, US, they have it already in play, and you can transfer your other cryptos and put it into the USDT and have it like a bank. But how now volatile could this be if you decide that you now have moved all your other crypto coins into that one? What happens to that platform? This has got to be something to think about now. What they were trying to introduce is to take away the monetary paper system and introduce it into the virtual system and create these like virtual banks that you can transfer your coin into cash. But now what happens when something like this happens? You can lose everything. And a lot of people have. They've lost a fortune because they went into those and put their money into that. I did not change it over and put it into the UST. I left it, and thank God I didn't put a lot of money into this. I probably put maybe $2,000 into it to get where I am. So I used a lot of that from my other profits of my other coins to buy the Lunar. So it hasn't really hit me hard. It's still frustrating to see that you could lose $7,000-8,000 in a couple of days' time and not being able to pull it out because it went so fast and died so fast that it became nothing before you even got a chance to do it. And a lot of people have had a lot more than that. They've put their life savings into this, and now it's a gamble to see what you do. If you sell it, you get nothing for it. You don't even get pennies on the dollar. You're getting fractions of hundreds of thousands of the penny for all that you have. And so people are going to hold on to it and hope for it to come back up. But a lot of them pulled out and probably lost a lot of money in it, but they got something back. But others, the diehard investors, are the ones that have now been affected, and literally their savings of what they had in their portfolio have depleted to almost 99.9%. So it's worth 1% of your portfolio. Scary situations. Now, on an overall situation, the stock exchange has done the same thing. It kind of crashed as well. Not only Lunar Terra crashed, but a lot of the other cryptocurrencies crashed as well, which are pulling their way back up. We know Bitcoin went down to 26,000, but it's now gone back up to 29, so it's gaining momentum again. It has a lot to offer because of the blockchain that is secure, number one, and a lot of people know that it's proven itself to be strong and security based. So they're going to continue to play on that, Could this happen to Bitcoin? It's like, is this a lottery? Is this a gamble that we are all doing and going into cryptocurrency right now? And are we going to all lose our pants because of it? To be honest, I don't think so, because it's just like anything. You must diversify in a different coin, that when something goes wrong, you have something that will subsidize the losses of one and gain on the other. Because if you don't do that, that's when you go belly up, and you might as well give up and forget about crypto, because you just did not adapt yourself the right way and the right frame of mind to realize that crashes do come, whether it be the stock exchange, whether it be the S&P index, whatever it is. When the crashes come, have you got enough in other stocks or shares to be able to substantiate a loss from one stock and be able to make up for it in another? Now, not everyone is going to totally crash and stay down, because eventually they're going to go back up again. And it's a long-term investment. Bitcoin usually, or the cryptocurrency, usually goes up pretty fast, and it usually doesn't take a long time, because it can go up massive amounts, like 400, 500% within, a month or so. The stock exchange doesn't do that. It very, very slowly goes back up. So it's a lifetime investment in the stock exchange, unless you're in option trading and Forex and you're doing the put and the buy and sell and gambling your money to be able to make the profit. Otherwise, as a long-term investor with stocks and shares, you have to go with the ride, the ups and downs curves. And you have to continue to diversify. And if you diversify your portfolio, then you've got a chance to be able to make it. But if you just focus on like one or two actual stocks or shares and they go belly up, then you're losing all your money because of it. Now, I literally have hundreds of different share stocks, and they are losing big time. I mean, it's got to a point that some of these are down 49, even up to 80%. How are they going to come back to that? But the thing is, and you have to understand this, because I diversified and I have so many stocks and shares, that all it takes is the one that is down at 80% to go down to 40% down, and I've made a 40% return back on my investment. And all those ones are not going to stay down below the 80% red mark. Okay, so that's what diversification is about, and that's how you need to be able to survive because of it. Do not rely on just one type of stock. Like if, say, you bought Amazon and Amazon crashes, and you put all your lifetime investment in Amazon and it crashes, where's that going to leave you? What's going to happen? It's going to happen exactly like it did to Lunar. You're going to be penniless because of it. But if you diversify, and what they say, do not put all your eggs in one basket. And that's very, very true. Diversify. Look at the actual, what I tend to do, and I stay in profit because of it. And it's just a hint. But again, a disclaimer is whatever you hear that I do, that in turn, if you do it and you lose on it, don't come back on me because of it. My disclaimer is that I just am giving advice to others, but it's up to you whether you want to take the green light or stay on a red light. Okay, simple way of saying it. If you take the green light and decide to go ahead, then you've gone through the green light, and maybe you will come to a red light and be at a stall. But that's not on me, because that's on the company themselves. All I'm doing is giving you direction on focusing on what I do and how I do it to stay survived. I'm still in my profit of my portfolio of stocks and shares because I do that, and I have a lot of my stocks in the red, but I still have profit because of diversification. Okay, and I have two. I have one which is the retirement fund, and I have my actual portfolio for trading. So I have a nest egg that is sitting on itself, that when it does go up, and at the end of the time, that will be my nest egg that will be able to allow me to retire. But I also have my portfolio trading that I can continue to trade. And what I do is I use my profit to buy other stocks and watch them go. Sometimes you think you're going to buy something that is down a lot, and you say, well, it's down, it's right down to the bottom of the threshold. The graph is shown it's right down to the bottom, it should go up. And that's when I buy, when it's down the bottom. But unfortunately, sometimes it just continues to go down, but eventually it's going to go back up unless the company delists itself, or the stock exchange delists that company because they have gone to devalue themselves, and then they go off. And then, unfortunately, again, just like Lunar crypto, we lose it all. But it doesn't happen that often. There are certain ones that have done that and destroyed people because of it. That's why I say diversify. That's why I say you must change your attitude in the way of investing, and don't invest on one or two things. Okay, diversify. Look at something. Not all stocks and the shares are going to stay down. They're eventually going to go back up, because when the economy goes up, then they're going to go up too. So usually when you see one of the stocks and your shares starting to go back up, others follow as well. But I pulled out of Amazon. It got up to a point that it was just getting too expensive to be able to keep into. Apparently they split it, I heard. And when they do that, it gets too high. They split it and kind of start you again. I pulled out a Tesla. Again, it went high. Took my profit from that and invested into other stocks. And when I see them go back down again, then maybe I'll put more back into them. But I try to stay a little bit more on the cheaper side right now, and watch what's happening, because it's very upsy, up and down right now, what's going on. But anyway, I'm only trying to make this 25 minutes. But what I'm trying to say is right now is I'm watching it, and I'll keep update to what the crypto is doing and which one is falling away and which one is actually gaining momentum. Because there are others that are gaining momentum. When ones fail, the others start soaring. And you need to look for those, okay? But unfortunately, what happens is when you have some to a point that you get hit hard on your portfolio, you don't have a lot of money to reinvest back into it. You know, you can sell those other ones, and that profit that you've made has just gone away, so you don't have that profit to be able to buy another. You have to take it out of your own hard-earned money. But that's what investing is, okay? So with that said, I'm going to continue to keep updating, and we'll go live now and again to let people know how things are going and if it's pulling itself out or it's totally going to go down under. And what are the stocks and shares that I have that are starting to make their way back up, I will give an update on that as well. So if you want to follow me, I am in profit. Okay, I'm not in profit a lot, but I am in profit. I pull out my profit, keep it back in my portfolio. That's what I do. And I use a a platform called Voyager and Stash. And if you want to comment with me in that further, and I can show you exactly that and give you a link that you will get some actual Bitcoin if you join on a deposit, and Stash if you join under me too, then you can get a deposit amount put in there as well after a actual you deposit into your account. So I can tell you about that too. So, all right. So my stream, hello to the person that was in here. This is going to be replayed. So this is obviously when people are going to actually see this. Not so much as a live of having a lot of people coming in here, because again, I don't have a lot of people in here that come in on my lives. So I pre-record and then people see this and then they can comment. Okay. All right, guys. God bless. We'll keep you up to date. All right. Stay strong. In the name of Jesus Christ, I pray that all goes well, that you own control of all situations. And Lord, you know what happens. Whether it be a crash or whatever it is, we're told that to meet our needs and not our wants. Sometimes maybe our egotistical view, sometimes we have to get put down a few pegs, just like Lunar did kind of. I have to put a joke in there. Went down a few pegs, more than a few pegs, but sometimes we have to be knocked down a few pegs ourselves to in turn to be loyal to you. So thank you, Lord, in the name of Jesus Christ. Okay, guys, God bless. Bye.